internet. Let's jump into the pod. Hello and welcome to paradise. You are listening to Green Dudes, the only Green Day podcast that matters. You are here with your host. That's me, Connor Mack. And as always, I am here with my best pal in the Green Day verse, my Green Day comrade in arms, my dude wife for life, my BFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFFF Armstrong, and I uh, now officially a citizen of Paris, France, Mr. Connor Kelly.
Oh,
There we
bonjour.
go. There we go. I was waiting for the new accent debut there.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And
I was kind of thinking, much like how Billy, as you mentioned, our esteemed colleague, our peer, as a matter of fact, Billy
yeah,
Joe Armstrong,
yes,
partner in business.
really our coworker,
If anything, kind of our coworker.
kind
Yeah.
of.
It's
Yeah,
like if you ever go into work and you're like, oh, you got that one coworker, and you're just like,
oh yeah,
that's kind of us with Billy.
yeah, yeah.
Um, But anyways, so Billy, he always says, this, he's our coworker. He always
Oh
says,
yeah.
I'm an honorary Canadian. Well, I
He
feel like
does.
after
He
after
always says that.
he says it all the time. I feel like after spending 2 weeks in France, I'm kind of like an honorary French guy.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and it's funny because like there are French Canadian is a thing.
It is,
So
yeah, yeah.
there's a connection there between
Mhm.
the two peoples.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is just funny just thinking about Billy, like because we go into work at our place, the place of business, and
Where we work.
in the cafeteria every day. Billy is in there. He's eating Canadian bacon,
Yeah.
and he always yes. If you walk by, he's always like Canadian bacon. I
Yes.
really am an honorary Canadian.
That's
You're
a
like,
really
yeah,
good. That's a really good Billy
Billy.
Joe impression.
Thanks, thanks. Yeah,
Because he kind of has that like nasally
exactly.
ness
Yeah,
to him. Yeah,
yeah. It was my half-hearted attempt that didn't do too poorly.
not too shabby.
Um, thanks, Connor. Let's cut to the let's cut the butter on this one, okay?
Yes, yeah.
Let's cut the
The
butter on this one.
cut it.
It has been quite a while since we have recorded and released an episode of Green Dudes, the only Green Day podcast that matters.
Mhm.
Um, and I want to start out by saying you went on a European vacation,
Yes,
really
yeah,
yeah, kind of like the Chevy Chase movie,
yeah. No, National
Lampoon.
Lampoon's
Yeah,
Green Dudes European Vacation. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Um, and we before you departed, we kind of had plans to, or I had plans. We were talking about like, oh, we're gonna record
Yeah.
some episodes to fill this gap. Um, and then I kind of ran into some like crazy family stuff that I couldn't fucking do anything.
Yeah.
So that is what led that combination is what led to us being absent. We kind of had an inadvertent summer break.
Yeah. But I think that it it's one of those things that while yes, it was not intended, um, I think it's worked out, and I'll for two reasons. One, because creating a podcast empire from scratch, from the ground up, and getting to a point where you are actual work colleagues with one of the members of the band of which your podcast is about,
Yeah,
that's no small feat.
it's no.
So I think first off, we kind of needed I know you didn't go on National Lampoon's Green Dudes European Vacation, Connor, but like I hope you got to relax a bit, because I think you
Yeah.
needed the time, you know.
Well, honestly, it was, it's like, I'm not saying that podcasting is not a chore, or it's an honor and a privilege.
Of course it is.
But it was nice. Yeah, it was nice not to have to do this for a few weeks. Take a little break. But also, I did kind of get like, I had to redirect my energy elsewhere, and I think that just kind of like turned into me being like angry online a
Oh,
lot.
were you?
Yeah. So
what were you getting so angry about? Was this
well,
was Green
I
Day
mean,
related?
you're kind of not really. They're just I mean, I just like, and I mean, there might be some listeners who are privy to this as well, but on greendaycommunity.org, greendaycommunity
Okay.
.org, I don't know, there's just people popping up, like there's this fucking guy, and this is crazy, and I don't know why I'm gonna litigate this here, but
We're about to air some dirty laundry right here. Okay.
yeah, there's this fucking guy who I don't know their gender or whatever, but this person, this poster, brand new, created an account, just a brand new account, resurrected a thread, Connor, from 2021. But do you want to guess what this thread was about?
Fucking foam.
Well, so
know. When did that come
literally
out?
hadn't been posted in since like September 2021. Connor, this is about the Hella Megator and COVID restrictions during the Hella Megator, and they like fucking quoted somebody who was like, "Yeah, we should listen to the scientists and the fucking," and they quoted this person, and they're like, "Well, this comment aged like milk."
Wow! Wow!
Look, look, we're looking, look, we're listening to the scientists. Got you guys.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I just felt like I had to bring this up here because it was kind of but the funniest thing is I was looking at the thread and I scrolled up a little bit, and like one of the last posts in this thread, Connor, was like, "Hey, just a heads up, anybody that went to the Philly show, in the front row of the pit, there's a COVID outbreak."
Yes.
Yeah, and that's where you got COVID.
Yes. Yeah, for the first time.
Yeah.
I actually got COVID several times living in the city. Which
you've had it about 12 times now. You don't remember half of them. But,
and honestly, and the thing is I've been fine. So fuck the scientists.
Guys, he's totally fine. Just stop even speculating on his health. He's totally fine.
I'm the picture of health.
He's the picture of perfect health.
I remember you telling me about that post though.
Yeah. So I thought that was crazy, but just like, what would just so I was just like, dude, like you fucking won already. Like you won. We're all gonna die young now because vaccines aren't a thing anymore. Mm-hmm. And just fucking go back to Twitter, like.
And let me tell you, these guys are on. They're on Twitter, but not Green Day related, but related to what you're talking about. I've seen stuff where it's like, people would just be like, "Wow, so I guess nothing happened to people who didn't take the vaccine, huh?" And I'm just like, have you seen like the fucking death statistics? What are you talking about? Like,
I mean,
where is this coming from?
It's insane. It's an entirely separate reality, actually.
Torn out of reality, Connor. Torn out of reality. That's what I'm talking about today. And I'm fucking panicking right now.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it does feel, I mean, the Panic song does feel, honestly, it's felt like an appropriate kind of feeling towards the state of the world for the last 5 years, if not longer than
If
that.
not longer, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
easily 5 years. Yeah.
yeah. So very appropriate. So yeah, I was just like redirecting my energy, yelling at people online. And then there was another one where it was like about Trump and shit. I don't want to get into that,
Yeah, yeah. We don't need
but
to talk
but it
about that
was
guy.
just
He's
I
dead
was
anyways. We don't need to talk about that guy.
yeah, he's officially dead. We can confirm, the Green Dudes can confirm it. We just actually got the report from our sources.
Yeah,
I know there were pictures of him that surfaced today. That's AI. You can't trust a picture on the internet anymore.
it's true.
Um, we got invitations to his funeral.
You're cordially invited.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
We
I'm not gonna RSVP. I'm just
no.
gonna show up and see if they let me in or not. Because I'm not.
Yeah, just show up and you can. I don't know. We can have some fun. We can take selfies with his body and shit.
Yeah, yeah. Which is in good taste, I think, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Anyways, so yeah, that's kind of where I've been directing my energy.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. I've been directing mine toward eating croissants and
No, Connor, croissant.
oh, yeah, you're right. No, actually, I could do it really good since I said
Okay,
this. Check this out.
all
Check
right.
this out. Croissant?
Oh my god,
Yeah,
there's a Frenchman in the house now.
that is ask a French person. They're gonna say,
Yeah,
"Wow, that dude went to France."
yeah,
Uh, I was gonna say one more thing too, because before I was
yeah.
saying I think there's two reasons why it was good that we took this break here, and we just went over reason number one. Reason number two, Connor, I'm not sure if you were going to mention it or not, but I wanted to kind of bring it up here. Today is September 1st.
Oh yes, yep.
And typically, of course, with Green Day fans, we're kind of caught up in the end of September. And I'm sure we're going to be discussing plenty of those jokes as they resurface and we get toward the end of this month. But we kind of got to flip it on its head a little bit. This is Green Dudes Wake Me Up When September Starts.
Yeah, yep, correct. It was, I should have said it was all planned. We planned this absence just for the purposes of this joke. And so I'll actually go ahead and say that we planned it from the start.
It was planned.
It was all planned, premeditated. Wake me up when and honestly we should have really come up with a parody song. Like
Yeah.
Summer has come and passed. Green Dudes are back at last.
Oh yeah.
Like
there
that,
we go.
right?
Wake me up when
September starts. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. That is pretty good. We just did
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah, we just did it. Well, hey, it was all planned. I wrote this 2 months ago, guys. Connor, but okay, we're gonna jump into this song because we have a song. We have a song. We have a song to talk about today.
We're talking about a song today. We're talking about Panic Song.
We're talking about Panic Song. Connor, how was your vacation? Tell us a little bit about about how your trip to Paris went, and can you confirm or deny that you were able to go and pulverize the Eiffel Towers?
Yeah, I can confirm that actually.
Okay, great.
And the people of France were really they were like, we just got done, rebuilding Notre Dame. Now you're gonna pulverize the Eiffel Tower.
That's fucked up.
But it was all, they understood that it was for the podcast and for Green Day. Once I explained it to them, they were like, okay, they like Green Day in France too.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah.
So, the vacation was really great. It was a vacation within a vacation. The other thing here is this is literally the last day of summer for me. I go back to work tomorrow.
Oh, God.
I know, but I'm not here to complain.
And you're doing this shit.
I'm here to get back on the saddle, work wise, podcast wise. I'm nothing if not a professional. I'd like to consider
Sure.
myself, the two of us, of course. Um, but at any rate, yeah, very nice. Got to eat a bunch of great food, drink a bunch of. In France, they say espressos, which I
They
was
say
like,
espressos.
I'm not kidding. Yeah,
Wow.
which is funny because usually, like in America, if you say espresso, there's always going to be someone who's like, "You mean
Yeah.
espresso?"
Well, I mean, I don't think this when
Yeah,
people say espresso, but I do. But I think the common like thought is like, oh, that's a dumb person.
yeah, right.
You know?
But the thing is, I've now learned you might be talking to a French person.
I mean, but isn't that the same thing?
So I would definitely set you up to really take a crack at that one. Yeah.
Sorry, French
Yeah.
listeners, we love you. We love you.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
Yeah. Je t'aime or
Yeah,
whatever.
that means
It's
I love you, right?
yeah. I don't think I said it right, but
I think you said it was close enough.
a French person would like get what I was trying to say, and
Yeah.
they'd be like, "Stupid American,"
It's true. I'm sure you heard a lot of that while you were there.
Oh yes, yeah. Pretty much everywhere I went, I was like,
Yeah.
I know, I get it. I'm stupid. I'm American.
Motherfucker.
I'm not gonna. What am I gonna do? Deny it? I broke
Yeah.
the Eiffel Tower. I pulverized it. I'm sorry. So what are you gonna do? Yeah. No. Now it's it's good to be back. It's good
Hell
to be
yeah.
back on
Well-
American idiot soil.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the home of the idiots, where the idiots roam freely. Well, free-ish. I'm glad you had a good time, Connor. Glad you are back. So okay, we're gonna get into the song in a second.
What's
I
next?
just want to mention the while we were away, Green Day has been playing shows. I think they're in like South America. And they've been pulling out some deep cuts. Pretty much every show they'll pull out a different deep cut or two, which is pretty
Wow.
exciting. Have you caught wind of any of this, Connor?
No, I didn't have as much time to be looking at my phone, and so I did not really check in on what the boys were up to. Can you tell me any of the songs that they played?
I sure can. Most recently and most notably, Connor, at the show in Chile, Santiago, Chile, on August 30th, so just a couple days ago, they played Hashinka.
Oh shit!
Yes, for the first time, either since '97 or '93, depending on who you listen to.
Wow!
It's fucking that's insane. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, no, that crazy rarity at festival set has been crossed out 100 times by now on our bingo card.
They obliterated that.
But wow, that's fantastic.
I know. What I would give to hear Hashinka live. That's fucking incredible. And then the show before that in Lima, Peru, on the 27th, they played. They played Redundant.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Then
when they finished playing it, did they immediately play it again?
They played it again. Yeah. Yep. And then they had like a lady in her bathrobe come out and scream, and that's how they ended the set.
Yeah.
No, but this one's crazy because that was a single, but they don't like they haven't played it apparently since 2001, and I think like before that very rarely. So, that's crazy. And I mean, I think I forgot if I mentioned, but they played "Missing You" first. They played a clip of like a little short bit of it, but then they played a full band rendition of "Missing You."
Yeah. Right.
Just like they're pulling out some cool stuff, which is really really great. So I'm definitely forgetting stuff, but I just wanted to kind of acknowledge that the band is they're firing off some cool deep cuts.
That's great to hear. I just hope they keep this momentum, when the
Yeah.
whenever the next true tour comes around, or whatever it is, please, take this energy and inject it into the set.
Yeah,
It doesn't
absolutely.
just have to be playing around at festivals. Come on, I want to
No.
go to Philadelphia and hear Hoshinka in the pouring rain. Is that too much to
Yes,
ask?
please, please. I mean that might even be the ideal listening condition to that for that song. Um, Connor, I have an idea and I haven't verbalized it or written it down anywhere. It might be controversial. I don't know. I want to run it by you.
Okay.
They so the previous Green Day tour was the Saviors tour where they played American Idiot and Dookie in full. It was amazing, of course. Um, Next tour, Connor. What if it is no American Idiot, no Dookie? It just eliminate
Wow.
those albums entirely, and this one's like, oh, all the other singles and all, and then deep cuts. I mean,
Yes.
obviously, that's like a pipe dream kind of, but like, I
Hmm.
thought it could be pretty cool.
Yeah. No. That'd be awesome. At least for you know, uh, diehard Green Day fans, or
Yeah.
consistent concert goers. That's like the dream. I think there is still, like, there has to be a sizable portion of people going to these shows where it's like, oh yeah, it's their first concert or their second, it's like,
Well,
and so
that's
I get why they
yeah, exactly.
continually, do what they do. But man, if you're running that idea by me, Connor, I give it the Green Dudes seal of approval.
All right, hell yeah. Well, hey, we'll mention it to Billy in the cafeteria tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. Once he's done with his whole spiel about the Canadian bacon, we'll
Yeah.
be like, okay, let's get down to business though for
Yeah,
real.
I think that is a good idea. All right. Well, and listeners, if you have any thoughts on that, let me know. I think it would be hard to do a whole stadium tour like that, but maybe an amphitheater tour or a large theater tour. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. All right, Connor. Today on the program, we are discussing the uh, Insomniac track, the eighth song on Insomniac, Panic Song. Um, this was written by both Billy Joe Armstrong and Mike Dirnt. Uh, this is a this is a very unique one in their catalog. Um, is this song the longest intro they have ever had for a song?
Yeah,
I'm thinking, well, maybe like I mean, I'm just thinking about it like in comparison to like 21st Century Breakdown or something.
yes,
That's a
yeah,
long intro as well. But other than those two, I can't really think of songs like that.
yeah. um, I was gonna say up to this point for sure, but yeah, I mean, even including the rest of their discography going forward, um, yeah, I mean, it's got to be, like you said, like in the top two. I don't know what's longer, but this is like 2 minutes uh, before like the song proper really kicks in. Um, and I'm definitely gonna have more to say on that, because that's a really
Yeah.
interesting aspect of the song, and especially like not just for this song in isolation, but for this song on a record like Insomniac. We've talked so much about how um, with Insomniac, they're sort of trying to almost make like the not like an anti-success record, but it's like, given what worked on Dookie, they they take some left turns, or they're kind of like deliberately hamstringing themselves in a
Yeah.
way,
Mhm.
and yet I think a song like Panic Song really goes to show it's like, yeah, but they're not Insomniac is more than just like, oh well, fine, like we had a major pop success, now we're gonna make a punk album to really show you. It's like this isn't just a, you know, by the numbers attempt at like going back to basics or whatever. Like Insomniac still is like this evolution and this growth for Green Day, and a song like Panic Song is a really great showcase of like, you know, that they're doing more than it might seem at first on the
Yeah.
record.
Yeah, definitely. I think it you know, in an album that is kind of like known for its brevity with the songs, like it gets to the point straight away. It's kind of hard and fast and loud and um I mean, Panic Song is all of those things, hard, fast, and loud, but the extended instrumental intro definitely makes it stick out amongst the you know, rest of the track list. And then yeah, like this is something that like you would never dream of it being on Dookie. It's this is probably as far away from Dookie as it gets on Insomniac. And yeah, so it's a very cool little piece of their catalog. Connor, you know, going back to discovering Green Day, discovering Insomniac, discovering this song, Panic Song. Also the other thing is, are there any other songs like with the word song in the title besides? So we have Panic Song and then Song of the Century, which is kind of not even a song.
Yeah, yeah. No, that might be it, but I guess that's the other sort of 21st Century Breakdown connection already. So that's kind of
Yeah,
funny.
it is funny. Such similar records.
Yes, yeah. No, people say they are sister albums.
They kind of are in the way where they're like responses to their massively successful uh, previous works, you know, being Dookie and American Idiot, but they just like take different. They have different responses. They're both
Oh yeah,
responses, but they go in opposite directions.
that's true.
Um,
It
yeah,
is funny just to briefly go off that point because it's a really good point that you're making there. It's like it almost feels, you know, because like Green Day has these two distinct career peaks, which we've said numerous times, both on the podcast and throughout our friendship. Like that's amazing in and of itself. Just the fact that like they've peaked twice, and they're
yeah,
you know they're both uh, you know, completely epic highs. Um, it is interesting to consider that 21st Century Breakdown sort of is the path they chose to not take here back in
uh huh,
95, because 21st Century you know, Breakdown very much is like American Idiot too. It's like
uh huh, yeah,
we're going to do American Idiot but bigger. And that's
exactly.
exactly the mission statement of Insomniac that they were like trying to avoid. They're like, we're not going to make Dookie 2.
Yep.
And so it's like, I kind of wonder in some ways if that informed their decision with 21st at all, because it's like, is there a moment where they kind of realize they're there again? Is there like some
Yeah.
strange like cyclical kind of reflection where it's like they've gone back in a time machine and you can like choose the second door, you know? I don't
Yeah.
know.
It kind of feels that way because even I feel like I think in Bullet in the Bible they even say like this time like we kind of gave ourselves permission to like be rock stars or to
Mm.
like play that part, you know. We where we didn't do that the first time around. So I think that definitely there was the intentional decision to, and I mean really like the Foxborough Hot Tubs record after American Idiot is like the perfect pressure release valve.
That's true.
Um,
Yeah.
so they like were able to do that, and then kind of like, okay, we're going to refocus and do American Idiot Part Two. Uh, but obviously, two distinct records, and I don't want to start talking about. We could do 2 hours on this topic. But no, I think they, yeah, I think you're right. I think that we'll talk about that more and more as we get closer to those to that record. But yeah. So, anyways, going back to what I was saying and what I
Yes,
interrupted myself from finishing.
that's right.
Um, as a kid discovering Insomniac, Panic Song, Connor, what were your if you have any memories of your initial takeaway from this track?
Yeah, I would say that this was a song that I liked. Uh, I've talked about some of the songs on this album that, because there are a handful that like did not click with me when I first listened to this record. Like Brat, um, and and like this Panic Song was not that. It was not like, oh yeah, to me this is not working. However, it also like is not, um, the highs of other songs. Like we talked about 86 and Armitage Shanks. And like there's like so many uh songs on here that like felt like they had an immediate impact. And for me, Panic Song was kind of in the middle.
Mm.
Um, when I was first listening to Insomniac, where like I hadn't even listened to enough records, I feel like, to uh, appreciate, or like get what they're even doing with the intro. Um, so there was like a part of me that I think would have liked it, and yet like uh, I think that Panic Song was like kind of a song I wasn't ready for. When I was younger, when I was first listening to it. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I also think I'm I was probably in the same position. Like it just yeah, we didn't really even have any reference points, so it's like like we didn't know how much of an aberration this was. But still, I do remember like feeling blown away by it, or at least like punched in the face with it.
Mhm.
I definitely felt like it was really cool and powerful um, initially. But Connor, as you've grown into the young adult you are now at 19 years old.
Mhm.
Um, how has it how has your relationship with this song changed over the years?
Um, by the way, I like the way that you flip that around. So
Thanks.
I'm just saying I see you. That's all.
my,
Um, um,
my young friend.
that's right. That's right. Two young bucks.
Well,
Ready to take
I'm a
over
bit
the
older.
world.
I'm a bit older than you, Connor. I just turned 22.
That's yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, you old fuck. Uh,
yeah.
I like the song more now. I like it more now than I did back then. And this song, it's not that it's like super complicated. Like I already just said, I was like, oh, I don't think I was ready for it. But I also don't want to paint this song as like some kind of high-minded, like super sophisticated. Oh, you're no, dude, you got to listen to it again. You don't get it. No, it's not that. You know, I'm trying to paint a picture of like where I was as a music listener. Not that this song is like
Yeah.
some, top shelf kind of deal. And it's a fantastic song. But I definitely appreciate, yes, the longevity of the intro and like the performances, what I think the song is about, and a lot of the lyrics. Like lyrically, it's a really interesting song. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of different elements to it that I just did not care to like even excuse me, to even like be aware of when I was younger. And now that I know the song, as well as I do, uh, I think it is really excellent. I think that this is within like the top half of the songs on Insomniac. I don't know where it falls exactly. We'll get to that, but for me, this is like top half. This is, better than most, I think, on the
Yeah.
record.
I think so too. I also think it's a brave song to put on the record. I mean, in Insomniac, it just in general is a brave record, I think. But yeah, this is just a brave song for Green Day to put it. I mean, even if they did a Panic song 2, that would be brave. Like
Mhm.
it's still it's a cool little trick they pulled. Um, yeah, so I agree. Over the years, it's gone up in my view, and like we kind of talked about earlier, I mean, with the way the world is, it feels more and more relevant. But just in terms of my personal mindset over the years, like there's been many times where I was like listening to the song and just like, man, I really, really feel this. Like this
Mhm.
really resonates in my bones. Um, it's just a very simple. I mean, the lyrics are great, but it really just conveys a simple feeling of uh you can call it panic, you can call it disgust, you can call it like I need to get the fuck out of here, whatever you call it. It's a very it's a very human I think everyone in their life at some point has probably felt
Yeah.
like this. um
And talking about that emotion and like, oh yeah, you could label it like it'd be obvious to call it panic because of course the song title. But I think you're right that like what this song is driving at, it doesn't specifically have to be that either.
yeah.
Um, but do you feel like was Billy coming back to this song and that feeling when he did the "Welcome to My Panic"? Like,
Oh yeah.
what was that? Like an Apple or iHeart?
It was
What
an
was that?
Audible.
Audible. Yeah.
Yeah, Audible audio book
Thank
uh
you.
podcast thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, which is really
Yeah.
excellent. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. But do you feel like Billy was kind of coming back to this in a way when he's like trying to kind of encapsulate like his career or like what he's feeling up to that point?
Yeah.
The big talk.
I think so. I think that was in there also. I mean, I think there's a connection between this and like Basket Case too. I mean, we've talked about how Green Day, they're not afraid to kind of talk about mental health and from pretty early on. I think this is in that lineage. So I think it's definitely like Welcome to My Panic is I think it is referencing that definitely. And then also I think it kind of leads to
Dilemma?
yeah, Welcome to My Problems.
Yeah, well, right. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
at least
welcome to my nightmare, right?
it's problems. Welcome to My Problems. It's not an invitation.
Oh yeah. But
Um
come on, but then isn't the
oh,
other
the
verse
second verse,
welcome
second
to
verse. Yeah,
my night?
sorry.
That's what I was thinking.
You're
Where
right. You're
dreams
right. Yeah.
go to disappear. Whatever. Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but no. So I do feel like there's a lineage there if you if you look on a long enough timeline, Um,
And that's what we
yeah,
do here.
that's what we do. That's what they pay us
that's,
for.
that's right.
Um, anyways, let's jump into some of these instruments. Uh, like we said, there's some instruments in this
Just
song.
a really funny way to put it. Let's talk about some instruments. Let's do that. What instruments are we talking about today, buddy?
I like the
What's in
one with
here?
the strings.
Yeah, yeah. I know the
Um,
violin in this song is great. That was
it's
another
so good. Well,
21st century reference.
yeah, we bring up violins. That's instantly a 21st century breakdown.
Is it? It is. It
Or
is.
reference. No, we all know where we're gonna start. We all know where we're gonna start because there's one shining star on this song, and of course that is the piano.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love the keys being laid down to this bed. No, we're just fucking with you guys. The bass guitar. You freaking kidding me? The bass is the shining star of this thing.
Mhm,
This
mhm.
intro is amazing. There has been plenty of talk where they're jamming this in the studio, and Billy is fucking around while Mike and Trey are just destroying themselves playing really fast, and like Billy's like getting a glass of water and just like being a silly little guy.
Yeah.
Connor, your thoughts on the bass guitar here for Panic Song?
Well, you're absolutely right that it's the shining star of the song, as you put it. And I've always thought that because it's like it's front and center. It's the first thing you hear. It completely dominates the intro. Um, it's just kind of funny because like when you sit down to think about it, like Mike's just playing the same note over and over again. And so I think it's another great example of how Green Day is able to use simplicity, to create something that is like so much grander than the fucking some of its parts or whatever. Like if you were gonna go on like fucking basstab.com and look up how to fucking play Panic Song, it would just be like play the same note for 2 minutes. Here's the strumming pad, like and the thing is it's not that it's easy just because it's not. It's also funny because there's the expression like if something is one note, right? But like that's not, this song is like so much more than that. And it really speaks a lot to like the way Mike is playing it. You have a bassist who is as talented as Mike Dirnt, play the same note for nearly 2 minutes, and it's not boring. It's not it doesn't even feel repetitive really, even though of course it is. Like I think it really speaks to like what someone as skilled as Mike can do, within such like limited parameters. It'd be like, if even if you only knew how to play one note on the bass, you'd be like, all right, play Panic Song, right? It's not easy. There's endurance to it. There's like having the correct rhythm and the strumming pattern, and I guess ultimately I would sort of finish with, you've already mentioned how Insomniac is a brave album for a number of reasons, and I feel like this is like another brave moment to show that like you can do something like this with one note. I've been reading Anthony Bourdain's Kitchen Confidential book from the year 2000, as the book that put him on the map, and he talks about like the moment in his career when he discovers that great cooking does not require a lot of ingredients, or that oftentimes like the fewer ingredients that you have, actually your dish is going to be better because you can like more like genuinely present the dish as it is. There's like a purity to it. And I feel like there's a similar kind of thing going on in Panic Song, where like Green Day is I don't know, they're like showing you like the fucking purity, like the essence of what you can do with just like this simple thing. I haven't even talked about how I feel like it is also doing the thing where the music kind of lines up with the idea of like building panic and blah blah blah. Like there's a lot to talk about here,
Yeah.
But I'm gonna hop off. Really my big thing here for Mike's playing, and especially within the intro, is like just how impressive it is that it's as simple as it is, and yet like it feels like it accomplishes so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, on the face of it, you're right. You're like, oh yeah, the intro is one note. And people are like, oh, okay, that's lame, simple. But I mean, uh, I don't think people realize like that playing really fast is also very difficult. like for an extended amount of time, and like yeah, keeping the rhythm and obviously it could get painful too, so I think there's a level of skill that it takes to do that consistently, and obviously Mike does possess that skill, and we all kind of knew that, but this is like him kind of being like, oh yeah, look what I can do. I'm at the peak of my powers here. I'm just gonna fucking play this one note really fast, and it's gonna be awesome. It's the foundation of the song, and like everything else is kind of built around it, for the intro at least. And you're absolutely right. We'll talk about that, but it's worth mentioning now. Like that repetition, it really does. I mean, it does feel like you're spiraling in your head. It's that negativity loop. Um, and so I really love the way that the music really works hand in hand with the lyrical content. We talk a lot, how Green Day, oh, they're famous for doing the happy sounding song with depressing lyrics. Here on Insomniac, that it has been a bit different, where we get kind of the brutal lyrics, but also dark uh, music as well.
Yeah.
And it's very very true for this song, but even more than that, it like it's the music really just amplifies the emotion, the feeling that the song is trying to convey. Um, and we'll jump into the drums next here. Again, very repetitive, very simple, um, but again, playing really fast and hard, and supporting Mike. What are your feelings on Trey's outing here?
Um, yeah, I really love the drums in this song. The intro, the drums are really great. I love that for the intro, Trey's doing like this steady kick drum, and he's just exactly on point. Like it's this like very grounding kind of force, but then you know here comes these deep rolling drums that Trey loves to do, and like his part is kind of like built around that, but he's doing both at the same time, and it kind of feels like there's this I don't know. I think it's a little much to say like, oh, it's a duality or like, but to me, as someone who's not a drummer, like it feels like it would be kind of hard to do because I feel like he's like on the one hand, very steady with the kick drum, and on the other hand, it feels like he's sort of like all over the place. Like going up and down the drums there on the rest of the kit. Um, I don't really know if it's like technically difficult or not, but to me as a listener, it kind of creates this sense of like two different things happen. It's like you're like trying to fucking keep it together, and you're like it's like you're like trying to look normal, but on the inside you're just like fucking vibrating, and you're like, they all know I'm freaking out, like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, and then like for as awesome as the drums on the intro are, I feel like the drums go into overdrive after the chorus. That
Yeah.
fill after the chorus uh, is just like exquisite. Um, I don't know. It's like, man, I don't know how else to describe it. Like it's just phenomenal. I love the way it feels like the song is like collapsing and then goes straight into the verse. Like it's just really, really, really fucking great. I don't know. I feel like he goes into overdrive in like the second half of the song.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, Mike at the peak of his powers, also Trey very much at the peak of his powers. Very God. It's like it's fast and hitting and powerful, but also restrained until it needs to be unrestrained. You know, it's like that build up to the chorus, and then the cage opens and the monster runs out, and
Yeah.
that's kind of how it feels with Trey here. With the guitar, uh, not on the same level as the rhythm section here. We have Billy kind of really just like accentuating the panic and the madness here. Um, I mean, which to me it's a very unique kind of Billy moment. Like he doesn't play like this very often. I mean, it's all very simple
Yeah.
stuff, but it's like it's effective at creating an atmosphere, I think.
Mhm.
What are your? I mean, I'm talking about just the intro, and
Yes.
then obviously we get into full. Uh, we get both chugging Pamu, and we also get
Yeah.
we also get just full on power chord
Yes.
bashing. But yeah, your take on Billy's guitar performance here for both the intro and the
Yeah.
rest of the song.
The intro, it's another one. It's like, oh yeah, of course it's really simple. It's just like those two notes kind of, or handful of notes ringing out. Um, but it's another. I like how different it feels, because it feels like uh, Mike and Trey, the way they're playing, they're really selling like the building panic. And I feel like the guitar at first, especially with the notes ringing out, it's almost like, don't worry about it. There's nothing to worry about. What are you, panic song? Never heard of it. This is like chill out fucking song. This is, and I think that's cool, because it's like you could. It feels like it would make more sense for Billy to like be amplifying that too, and he does, of course. That's how the rest of the song goes as it goes into the latter half. But like at first, it almost feels like to me, it's like the mind hasn't realized yet, but like there's like symptoms in the body is sort of what it feels like to me. And then like it's like this like growing unease, and then eventually you're kind of like, wait, like someone's not right. Whatever it is, whatever you like suddenly come to notice, you're like, wait a minute, like something's up. And that's what the guitar feels like initially to me. And then like with the realization, it's when you get that chugging guitar in the latter part of the intro. And I love how frantic the guitar becomes, and it feels like Billy's just like wailing on it. And then you get like that like drop out, and then it goes into you know the isolated, just the guitar and the drums before that first verse actually starts, and you get the like that. That is the guitar tone we keep coming back to and we keep talking about on some that brief. There's the guitar tone on this whole song is awesome, but that moment specifically, just before the first verse, is like precisely what I'm talking about when I say, like, dude, I love the guitar tone on this album. It's like that 5 seconds before the verse starts, where it just feels like so perfectly captured. Yeah, and then I really dig what Billy has going on the rest of the song. I kind of feel like what he's playing is still sort of based on like the notes and stuff he's playing in the intro. It's just that he's like turned it into the rhythm, the verse, the chorus, and yeah, it's good, and it kind of comes to dominate the rest of the song. Like the guitar and the bass sort of switch. I feel like you don't really get the bass until the outro, and so it's like then the guitar is kind of taking over the whole verse chorus kind of deal, and that's cool because it sounds great. um there's some really great moments on here with Billy's playing. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's yeah, it's a great showcase for I mean, what he does best, I think, is doing a lot with a little. And I mean, the same can be said about Mike here too, but they kind of showcase that in different ways. Yeah, it's really good. And yeah, I mean, I think you can look at the intro as like, oh, the calm before the storm, or also just kind of like little flittering, fleeting feelings of shifting, or I don't know, pangs of awareness. I don't know, but yeah, it's really great. That guitar tone fucking rips when you go full bore. Um, yeah, it's really fucking good. Um, the obviously we talked about, oh, this is an instrumental intro. Um, yeah, one of the Green Day songs where it takes a long time to get to the vocals. Um, which, yeah, again, makes it very unique in their catalog. Um, when the vocals come in, I think I don't know. It doesn't feel like, I feel like some songs that have long instrumentals, or long instrumental intros, when the vocals come in, it kind of feels like, oh man, like this could have just been an instrumental and it would have been
Yeah.
fine. Um, but not this song, in my opinion. I think this is a good example of the build up and like pressure leading to a great vocal performance. Uh, and the 2 minutes before the vocals come in really kind of uh, make make the vocals kind of uh, soar in a way they wouldn't have otherwise. If you just kind of cut into the intro, or cut the intro and just came in with the vocals right away, we wouldn't have the
Yeah.
same. It would not be the same song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't leave the same impression. So yeah, what are your thoughts on Billy's performance here, vocally?
I do really dig it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess especially the chorus. Um, just the way that he's, I don't know, just the way that the way that he like holds certain things. That last line. Fill the void with I don't care. Bum, 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 bum. It's like uh, everything is just gelling with one another just right. And yeah, Billy's vocals really really awesome. uh I mean, we're gonna talk about the lyrics. I guess if I'm just gonna talk about like how Billy's singing and stuff, like the thing I have to point out is the outro. The third time he says "I want to jump out" is like what a perfect cherry on top of this song. You know,
Yeah.
um, the way that he just kind of, he has that little Billy undulation.
Yep.
On how he delivers that line. Yeah, I think he gives a performance here that really does sell, like um, feeling angry, feeling frustrated. It's not panic in the sense that like you're terrified into inaction. This is like panic on the realization that everything, like everything that everyone's doing is leading to nothing. It's kind of
Hmm.
like when you're a kid and it's like the first times you hear that the sun's gonna blow up and like kill everyone, and like the whole earth is gonna be destroyed, and you're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like what the fuck, like uh you're like, so what is everyone doing? The sun's
Yeah.
gonna blow up, you know,
What's
like
the point?
you're 8 or whatever. I don't know how old you figure that out. You're probably
How are we
younger
gonna
than
fix
8.
this?
Right. And then you get older and you're like, oh well, that's not enough for another, 100 billion years or whatever. Who cares? You know,
Yeah,
who
I'll
gives
kick the can down the road a little bit.
right. But like that's what this song makes me think of, and that's like what Billy's delivery. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
It's panic in the sense that you're like, well, then fuck it all, right? Like then just we're fucked. So
Yeah, we're fucked. Throw it all away.
yeah.
I want off this ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. You're kind of like Chicken Little, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
Because what's his deal? The fucking the sky is falling.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I actually come to think of it, I don't think Chicken Little is just like, fuck it, guys. You're fucked. You're fucked. You're fucked. I think Chicken Little actually does a lot to try to like stop
Okay, he
the
tries.
sky from falling.
Okay,
Yeah.
he tries to mitigate the situation a little bit.
Yeah.
I know. Doesn't Zach Braff voice Chicken Little?
I mean, you know that like the Chicken Little movie that you're referencing did not invent Chicken Little. Like it's insane to say.
Yeah.
It's insane to say does Zach Braff voice Chicken Little. It's like maybe one time, but like Chicken Little's a much larger character than just the Disney
guess
of Chicken Little.
Yeah, I mean, but that was like before the 2005 movie. Like, did you ever watch Chicken Little?
I didn't even know. I couldn't even tell you what other like adaptions of Chicken Little exist. I'm just saying that Chicken Little was a kind of like Humpty Dumpty. Like if Disney made a Humpty Dumpty movie and you were like, oh yeah, fucking Seth Rogen's voicing Humpty Dumpty, I'd be like, all right, sure, but
that's a great casting.
But it would be insane to be like, oh yeah, Seth Rogen's Humpty Dumpty, right? You'd be like,
well,
no, I mean, one time he was Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, I guess so.
A literary lore to him. I think Chicken Little is kind of the same.
It would be different if there was like another big name that like voiced Chicken Little, but it's only Zach Braff because there's only been one Chicken Little movie in our lifetime, I think. So
I'm sure that isn't true. I'm sure there has to be Chicken Little movies you don't know about.
I mean, one big. This is a big one.
Right.
But anyways,
this is the big Chicken Little
adapted from Henny Penny. Henny Penny is a book, I guess, where Chicken Little. Oh, that's the Chicken Little book is called Henny Penny. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
there you go.
I just want to on Google list. You know, it says who is Zach Braff and Chicken Little. I just want to read this. It says Zach Braff as Chicken Little Cluck, a young and diminutive rooster. I just thought that was a fun description.
Yeah, that's a good way.
It's a young and diminutive rooster.
Good way to put it.
Anyways, let's talk about our young and diminutive roosters in Green Day. Fucking, what was I gonna say? We were talking about the vocals.
I don't know. I think we were talking about the sense of panic.
Yes. Let's move on to some lyrics.
Yeah. Let's.
Are you good to help me out with the song?
Yeah. No, I am. All
right.
Here we go. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Just tell me the words
I might have known. The words I might have known. The words I might have known. All right, Connor. You know, although it's like a short-ish portion of this song has lyrics, I think the lyrics are pretty great on here. Any of these lyrics you were unfamiliar with before?
This song, I knew it really well, but there's some small tweaks according to Genius Lyrics. That's what Genius.com. That's what we use to look up the lyrics. For instance, on the first verse, it says, ready for a cheap escape. I don't know. I thought he said heading for a cheap escape. Headed for a cheap escape. I don't know.
Yeah.
when he says bleeding down these thoughts of anguish, I thought it was beating down these thoughts of anguish. On the chorus, when he sings fill the void with I don't care, I thought it was fill the void cause I don't care. It's this, so stuff like that is kind of over the, in like little tiny pockets. It's like, oh yeah, I knew the line, but there was like one word. The only one I really have to say I did not know, it's the end of the second verse. It says limp with hate. And I never really knew what Billy was saying there. And I would say liquid fate.
Connor, same deal with me. I really seriously thought it was liquid fate.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, look at us.
Yeah. That's really funny. And one of the funniest things too is I saw a comment, a YouTube comment that was like hashtag limp with hate, and I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, what does that mean? And I didn't realize until literally just now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's a pretty cool, like, misheard lyric. I feel like we should do a song called like Liquid Hate. I was
gonna say, now that we know it's not used by Green Day, it's ours. We can use it. It can be a song. Ours. It can be a title of something.
It could be so many things. That's ours.
Yeah, it can be a bit. Maybe that's our metal band name. I don't know.
Yeah. Liquid Fate.
I could see it in like the death metal font.
Oh yeah. Yes.
It would look pretty good. And so Connor, for these lyrics, just generally, any favorites or anything you want to talk about in particular here? Because I mean, they're pretty dark. They're pretty dark.
They are. I really want to start with the chorus. There is some great stuff to talk about, but I want to start with the chorus. Because like I remember there was a point in my life, I don't know how old I would have been. But the chorus goes, the world is a sick machine breeding a massive shit. With such a desolate conclusion, fill the void with I don't care. And like I distinctly remember being younger, singing the chorus and being like, that's not really what he's saying though. Like I'm mishearing that. That's not really it. And then I must have looked it up or whatever. Because I felt very sure that that's what it was. Like, and it's just a crazy sentiment to kind of just lay out so bare in the chorus of your song. And the thing is like, you've already talked about, Panic Song really captures a lot of, sentiment of how we feel at times given the crazy shit of the modern age. Even just some fucking asshole posting on a message board and being like, yeah, well, what? I guess nothing happened with COVID. It's like, yeah, that shit makes me think that the world is a sick machine breeding a massive shit. Every time I get in my car in New York City and have to drive anywhere, and I have to like go through a parade of fucking numbskulls, who are driving like complete inconsiderate maniacs, not to sound like a little twerp, like, oh, don't hit me, I'm driving my car.
Connor, Connor, you can say, you can call them nincompoops.
You're right. I mean, I shouldn't hold back with numbskulls. You're right. All the time, there's so many moments where I'm like, dude, how could it be that like this many people, just like fucking statistically, like this many people on this planet are like this fucked? And listen, I understand the irony. That's exactly what all the people that I think are fucked think about me. That's exactly what, fucking, Trump's cocksucker 69 on the Green Day forum. That's what he thinks about me. He's like, oh my God, I can't believe these fucking liberals in New York City, fucking whatever, like, oh, the world's so sick, it's so fucked up, it's like that's
Well,
that's
the only
kind of the
reason
shitty thing,
he'd
but
be happy, he'd be like, oh yeah, he drives because if he walks anywhere, he'd get murdered.
So I don't know. I'm not trying to get into the weeds. I already am, but I'm not trying to.
No.
What I'm trying to say is this is a line that really resonates with me. 20 times a day, I'm like, there's just way too many people who fucking
Oh yeah.
blow. It's
Yeah.
crazy how many people just like fucking suck all the time.
Yeah, they're awful. This line initially to me, I mean, this is one of the lines where when you're listening to this and you're 11 years old, you're like, wow. Like, I don't know if I've ever heard such like disdain or like nihilist sentiment before. Like that, like this might have been like an exposure moment for me. I was like, well, like, wow, like people can feel this way really intensely. And then you think like, wow, they must have been in a really bad frame of mind when they wrote this. They must have been in a really dark place. And you go along and you think, okay, yeah, well, I've been there. I felt bad before. I kind of get it. Then you grow up and you're like, just like kind of from like an objective standpoint, like he's just right. Like, like
Right,
this is just like a factual line. Like,
yeah.
like even like I can say like, okay, I'm not, I don't literally want to jump out currently, but like the world is a sick machine breeding of a massive shit. Like it's just true.
Yeah.
We fucking suck. We're fucking killing ourselves. We're killing everyone else, and then we're gonna turn the gun on ourselves.
Yeah, we're killing the planet, and then the sun's gonna blow up. So
Yes, exactly.
who cares?
We all we ought to channel Zach Braff's Chicken Little and rally together to fix things before it's too late.
It's the only thing that's gonna save us is,
Yeah.
is Chicken Little and or Zach Braff together. I don't know what
Well,
combination.
well, you can't separate the two. It has to be Chicken Little voiced by Zach Braff, or else we got nothing.
Right. This can't be some Henny Penny some other fucking asshole.
This
we
is
need
Henny,
Zach
this
Braff.
ain't no Henny Penny bullshit. But then, yeah, I just think it sucks. It's a shitty reveille. Obviously, the world is a beautiful place. There's so many great things happening everywhere all the time, but also, this is just true. Sorry. This world is beyond cruelty. That's what I'll say. I had to throw a Dune reference in there, so somewhere.
Of course you did.
So yeah, I mean, lyrically, I think it really just, I don't know, broken glass inside my head.
Yeah.
I feel it, and I mean, for me, for the outro, I've always related to I Want to Jump Out. Whether that's me in school back in the day or at work, always I'm just like, I want to jump out. I want to jump off this ride, run away. Any other parts of this song you wanted to highlight?
No. This is one of those songs where if we were gonna go through each line in the song, I really think I could sit down and talk about like each individual line for a solid 5-10 minutes. But I think what we've covered here, that's like the heart of what we're trying to get at, and I think we did that.
Agreed. I agree. All right, you want to help me with this song?
Yes, I do.
All right, it's a little song. It goes something like this. A warning, live without warning.
Have we heard this song? Have we heard this song?
Connor, have we ever heard the legendary Panic song live in concert?
I'm so grateful, Connor. This is the first song off of Insomniac where I can full throated, just be like, no fucking way. Absolutely no fucking way have we ever heard Panic Song. It hasn't happened. It probably never will happen. I don't think we're ever going to hear Panic Song live. I don't know. But
Yeah.
absolutely not. We've not heard it.
Well,
I don't know who has.
yeah. Well, Connor, you really needed this one. So congratulations. You've redeemed yourself. You are correct. You win. No, we have not heard the song live. And I mean, it's debatable if anyone has ever. Apparently, they played it once in 2012, but I think that was like just part of. I think that was just part of the intro, and maybe just at a sound check or something. I think, but it says it was played. Oh, it was played in France in 2012.
In France, dude.
In France, it's coming full circle now.
Wow.
They just saw they had one upon first sight of the Eiffel Tower. They just immediate sense of dread.
Yes, yeah, no,
We have to start playing this song.
Sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe the next show in Brazil or whatever, they're gonna pull out Panic Song. Right now, it's possible. If they played Hashinka, like it's not quite as much like there is still some daylight between pulling out Hashinka and Panic Song, but like it's closer.
Oh yeah,
it's closer to possible than it was. I think like they could just do it, and it would be crazy.
You're right, and that's the beauty of Green Day. It's like, Connor, I've gone through plenty of moments after some concerts, especially where you see them on the same tour, and it's like, oh, I just went to go see the same show again. Not to sound ungrateful. But the thing is, no matter how formulaic or standard it might feel like at times, if you go to a lot of Green Day shows, you know that there's always a chance because you know that like on the same kind of deal, like the reason that a Green Day set like holds that potential and that sense of like possibility and uncertainty, it's because the members of Green Day themselves, no matter how successful and huge they become, they still have the core of who they are within them. Not to sound dramatic about it, but it's like that's why these songs come out. That's why they're playing Hashinka in 2025.
Yeah, for sure.
They could easily not play Hashinka. They have been not playing Hashinka, and
yeah.
So it's like so why now? You want to know why now? Because they felt like it, and
exactly.
The fact that they still do that, that's why we're Green Day fans, man.
Hell yeah. Well said, Connor. You're absolutely right. They and that's kind of what Green Day is, right? They do this because they feel like it. They do what they want. And a lot of times that's, oh yeah, we'll fucking throw out a 25-year-old song. And it's yeah, you never know when you're going to get something different thrown into the set. All right, Connor, you want to hear from our old pals on the seedy underbelly of the internet?
It's been too long.
It's been much too long. All right, let's throw it over to the anti-social media.
We are.
All right. So yeah, we got some YouTube comments today. I think these were some interesting ones. Let's see. All right. First off, we will go to Tally Gubbs 9124 from 6 years ago. Tally Gubbs says, "Trying to learn this on bass is like lighting your right hand on fire and rubbing the sharp end of Velcro on your left." I'm sure they're a bassist, and I'm sure that's exactly how it feels.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
it speaks to what we were saying before. Exactly.
yes. Next up, we have Prematured Gravy 8033. It's a great username. Prematured Gravy says Mike and Trey were actually legally able to take cocaine to record this. Like
That's pretty funny. That's a good
that's
one.
that's good. Like where they got an exemption. They got like an
Right.
exemption from the
Yeah.
like the drug enforcement
Yeah,
squad or whatever.
they got like a doctor's notice or something.
Yeah, doctor's note for
Yeah.
yeah, it's okay if this patient takes cocaine.
Just while they're recording the song. That's
Exactly, just within the perimeters of the studio.
yeah.
While the record light is on.
Only.
We have Reese 2275 from 7 years ago. They say this is just screaming carpal tunnel. Do you think Mike fucked up his wrist playing this song?
I don't.
Yeah.
You know, just listen to what he plays after, you know. No. I think just like we were saying, like I think he was just that good. I think in some ways he's kind of like showing off. He's like this.
I think so, yeah.
This is what I can do with just one note.
I think that's exactly what he's doing, and it fucking works.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up we have Pickle 9406. Of course, their icon is a pickle.
Oh, nice.
From 7 years ago. Pickle says, years of chronic masturbation paid off.
Okay, yeah, because the hand.
Yeah, I mean that could be a reason why Mike did not get carpal tunnel. He had
That's
trained
true.
himself so well over the years.
That's true. You know, and actually that explains because on just one of our previous episodes, I think we were also kind of saying like, wow, like how Billy kind of can do something similar with the downstroke palm muting. You know, it's like, oh, it's simple, but man, he's great at it. I mean, we just might have jacking off to thank for that.
I mean, and it's no coincidence that they do write about jacking off.
No,
on the record prior. So
exactly, it's this is the natural evolution.
Absolutely. We have Luke Sinkovec from 9 days ago. They say, that's how I feel almost every day. World is sick. They are agreeing with us. The world is fucking sick.
Yep. Here.
Evan Zaremba, 4722, from 7 years ago, says, Matthew, I never had panic attacks in my life.
Who's Matthew?
Not sure who Matthew is. Not sure who he's talking to. This is not a reply to a comment. It's he's assuring Matthew that he's never had panic attacks in his life.
Well, you know, Matthew, I hope you're listening because this one's for you, buddy.
This one's for you. If you're listening to the podcast, write in. Let us know that you got the message. Let's see. We have Ika Salonin 7661 from a year ago. Ika says, I feel I could bring some interesting perspectives in interpreting the U.S. Constitution for 10 euros a minute.
Wow. That's a pretty high price.
Yeah.
10 euros a minute. And I can tell you from being in France, the euro is stronger than the US dollar. So that's more than $10 a minute as well.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, they better have some really scintillating insight into the U.S. Constitution to be paid 10 euros a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, it really makes me want to know what they have to say. I might have to cough up a few euros just to...
Yeah, take them up on the offer.
I'll tell you what, 5 minutes. That's what I'll pay for it.
Wow, okay.
You hit us up, and you give us 5 minutes of unique insight into the interpretation of the U.S. Constitution, I will give you 50 euros.
And that's a standing offer. So even if Ika, you got to prove that you are this YouTuber as well. You can't just be a guy listening to the podcast and be like, oh yeah, that was me.
I can't have like 100 people giving me 5 minutes. I'm gonna be out of euros pretty fast. I'm only talking to this one specific person. Yeah, only it has to be this person. I'm not looking for anyone's 5 minutes.
Yes, come with proof of identity, or sorry, you're out of luck. But please come along and hit us up. Next up, we have Charleston Res 5188 from 5 years ago. They say 1995 was the best year of all time. Too bad for anyone born after 1985. Ah ha 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 ha.
I think that he must have been listening to that Bowling for Soup song while I was writing the comment and just got mixed up.
Confused. Or is he saying, like, if you were born after 1985, then you were too young to enjoy 1995 properly? Because obviously, if this person was born in 85, he was 10 years old when Insomniac came out. So
right, yeah, great point.
Close to our age when American Idiot came out, and so I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. I take it back. I don't think Bowling for Soup has anything to do with it.
Or it could. That's what a fucking jam. What a fucking jam.
I take it back.
Connor, 1985 versus 1981.
I gotta give it to 1985. I'm sorry. I gotta give it to 1985.
Really?
Connor, she's gonna shake her ass on the hood of Whitesnake's car. You think that's gonna win over what? Slam dancing?
But is she gonna bang her head?
Yeah.
Is she gonna bang her head though?
I don't know. She might if she's shaking it too hard on Whitesnake's car, then you could get a concussion. Yeah. I
can't tell you how much I disagree with that. I fucking hate that song. I really fucking despise it.
I mean, for the record, I do fucking think it's a horrible fucking song. Since you said it sucks, I feel like I have to say I do legitimately think it sucks. I don't want to sit here like I'm defending 1985. It's
okay if you like it. It can be a fun guilty pleasure song.
No, it's not a guilty pleasure. No, I have guilty pleasures. 1985 is not a guilty pleasure. This is a podcast bit, buddy.
This is a bit.
And you're making me go mask off right now. Come on. Come on.
Never go mask off. All right, we have I've got a few left. Loosh 07V from 9 months ago. This one's kind of crazy. Loosh says, only decent Green Day song. That has been my opinion since it was released. And all my friends bought this and played the hell out of it, attempting to convince themselves they liked it as much as the album before it. Meanwhile, I was the only one of my friends listening to the objectively better album, Terry Yakamoto by Guttermouth, an instant classic. To this day, still stands taller than most music coming out in 1996, except maybe Mobb Deep Hell on Earth, R.I.P. Bandana P. I am actually shocked. One of the countless unhinged Orange Man-obsessed abortion fetishists that have hijacked punk rock has not attempted to take Mark's life yet. I really would have expected that from these sociopaths by now. No joke.
Wow, that really and you could just tell this guy has no one to talk to. Nobody in his life wants to hear about anything he has to say about this. Because
he's driven them all.
It would not be coming out in this YouTube comment.
He's driven them all away. Back in the 90s, he was a fucking punk contrarian who was an elitist, and he would always rag on his friends for liking stuff if he deemed it too mainstream or pop or whatever. Yeah. And now he has followed that contrarian path to its natural endpoint now, and he's become a MAGA supporter because he just has that insane drive to be on the opposing side. Um, it's
Yes, but it
insane.
did kind of sound. I don't know. I thought his comment kind of made it sound like he was criticizing because he was what the orange man. What the fuck is he saying?
No, so this is kind of one of this strategy is saying, oh, like Trump derangement syndrome, like liberals are all obsessed with Trump. So he says orange,
That's what he's saying. Okay.
unhinged, orange man obsessed, abortion fetishists.
Okay, yeah. Oh
So
yeah, no, this guy is fucking nuts.
he's
Yeah,
nuts. He's fucking nuts. He's walked himself into the fucking like he has to be a Trump guy now because what else would he have? Like he wouldn't like
right.
all he's hanging on to is this contrarianism.
That's so true, and it's so funny. I really like the way you put that, where it's like the punk rock contrarian into like fucking like MAGA chud pipeline, because this is another thing that we've talked about off the pod, and there's going to be times where it comes up, I'm sure, but like, if your definition or like the way that you I don't know, like perceive punk, like if punk to you is only being against majority opinion, then you still aren't thinking for yourself at all.
Yeah.
Like you still ironically like have no fucking identity or like self actualization or direct, it's like you're exclusively and only reactionary.
Yeah. Exactly.
How could that be punk if you don't think for yourself and you're only going to like define what you think is legitimate, by what it's in opposition to.
Yeah. Exactly.
I get that it doesn't sound punk at all, but it's like sometimes the majority's right. Sometimes the establishment will do something that's like to the benefit of all people. Like, sometimes these things happen. It doesn't sound punk rock. But if your brain is fucking turned on, you'll realize it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like, yes, the establishment, most of the time they're doing stuff for the greater good because of an incentive they have. Of course, like they're incentivized to keep a healthy enough working population so they can continue to extract profit from us. Like, but that doesn't mean that what they're doing, like that it's not. I don't know. This guy definitely has a fucking AI generated meme. It's like conservative is the new punk rock. That's like his Facebook header or whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is still, I don't want to hang on. The last thing I want to say, it's just funny to me too, though, because I feel like it's exactly these kinds of people. Because here he is commenting on a Green Day song. I feel like it's also a lot of these people who are the ones who will like Clockwork come out, and whenever Billy or Green Day like do or say anything that is even like mildly critical of the Trump administration or whatever, they'll always be like, oh wow, so punk rock. Like it's so punk rock to be, hyper wealthy, successful, sellout fucking losers. Oh, great job, Green Day. And it's like, this is the way they see themselves.
Yeah.
It's just so, I don't know. Like the disassociation is crazy to me. There's. It's fucking torn out of reality, dude.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Exactly.
Whatever. Now I'm getting mad. This is.
I know. This is what.
We're going full circle again. This is what was pissing you off these last 2 weeks.
Exactly. I can't help myself.
I know.
Then I get you involved to just to rile me up more.
Now I'm pissed.
Okay, 2 left. This is it. We have S. Do from 4 years ago. S. Do says, didn't Billy already write a song about panic attacks? isn't that song kind of one of the most popular Green Day songs? Why was the need to make a song about it twice? I mean, this song is awesome, but why? You can't have multiple songs about the same thing. Obviously, that's a rule. Even if they're very different.
No, you can't. What they're talking about a song off of Kerplunk?
No, they're talking about Basket Case.
Oh, Basket Case. I was like, what are we talking about here? Yeah, good point.
I mean, just obviously a very stupid comment.
Yeah, it does seem odd. It's like, the songs are very different, and it's like, yeah, like, you know, if you're dealing with something consistently or whatever, you might create more art about that thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it would be crazy if like every song like you needed, oh, this has to be, oh no, I can't write about it. Imagine if Billy was like, oh, like in like 1989, oh, I wrote about a girl already. Like, oh fuck, I already wrote a song about pining over a girl. Shit, I can't write about that anymore.
Yeah.
There'd be like two songs, like there'd be two songs. Never would have happened. Yeah, Green Day would have never happened.
Yeah, sorry, 80. I can't write another song about you.
Yeah, exactly. I already wrote about Erica or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, last but not least, Connor, we have the Pickles music from 1 year ago. The Pickles says, I played this song and immediately got the wettest and gushiest nosebleed ever. It was epic.
Damn.
Yeah.
This song is like having real physical harm to people who are getting carpal tunnel.
Carpal tunnel, wet and gushy nosebleeds.
Yeah, which is like, I don't like.
I want to ask, like, have you ever heard of a nosebleed described as wet and gushy? Yeah.
No, I didn't think you were gonna say nosebleed. I thought this was gonna be way more explicit.
Exactly. That's how I felt reading it for the first time.
Yeah. This was a shock to you. You were like, "Oh fuck, what's this?"
Yeah, this went from a comment coming from the Pickles. I thought that definitely it's going to be something. It's maybe going to be they're talking about Relish or something, you know?
Yeah. Yes, that's also what I was thinking about.
Connor, who wins comment of the day?
There were some good ones and some bizarre ones and some frustrating ones. I am going to cast my vote for, I believe it was Premature Gravy. They said,
oh, that's cool.
Mike and Trey were legally allowed to use cocaine.
Yes.
Because you know what I like about that comment? I feel like, I swear, I feel like this is like the first actual joke we've read within like the comment section of any song, like starting from 39 Smooth, starting with At the Library. Like, I think that this is the first time someone's actually like made a joke, and it was really funny. It was a really good joke. Usually the comments, I'm like, oh wow, that was like so stupid, or that was, but I felt like that was like legitimately pretty fucking funny. So I'm gonna give it.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a properly structured short joke. Like it sounds like something like fucking Jay Leno would say on the Tonight Show or something.
Exactly.
Not in a bad way.
No.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. That's why, Connor, I will agree with you here. And also the username is so good. Premature Gravy 8033. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to think about it too deeply, but it's it's a good name. Congratulations, Premature Gravy. If you are listening, please contact us. We will reward you handsomely, as we do everyone. And if you're still waiting for your prize, don't worry. We haven't forgotten about you. It is on its way.
Yeah, but you could always hit us up, send us an email, send us a message on Twitter, because sometimes things get lost in the mail. So
they do. They get lost in the mail. They get lost in the post. Do they say the post in France?
No, they say les mail.
Les mail. It's interesting. So it's a very exotic word, lay mail. Okay. Anyways, Connor, any final thoughts on Panic Song or anything else covered before we head out?
Yeah, I did want to just briefly touch on something that you already brought up about how like the extended intro in Panic Song, they kind of they come back to this and but like this really is the first time, um at least just talking about like their chronological, discography, the really, all the songs. This is like the first like thing I think you could really point to, and it's like this is kind of the beginning of the theatricality of Green Day in a way. And I think even like connects kind of like directly to something like Last Ride In on Insomnia, or sorry, on Nimrod, where it's like, I don't know, I kind of feel like they did this and they were like, we could expand on this more. Like we could do more with this. And I think like, I think maybe that's where like the like this germ of an idea like goes into like an instrumental track like Last Ride In, and then like doing something like that, I think you kind of get into like some of the more theatrical and like expansive instrumental sections that you get on, like Places in American Idiot, even like some of the sections off of like Jesus of Suburbia or Homecoming. Like it's not, I'm not saying it's the same. You can't like point to something in there and be like, yeah, that sounds just like Panic Song. It's not that they sound the same. It's that I feel like this is the first time you can really isolate within their discography. Like this is sort of the beginning of something that becomes so much bigger and so much more prominent in Green Day's discography from, from those examples that I'm kind of, and so I think you're exactly right to cite 21st Century Breakdown as like something that builds off of this. But like that, it's crazy though. It's kind of like when you talk about evolution and you're like, oh yeah, like elephants used to be whales or whatever. And you're like, what? You look at a fucking whale and an elephant, not the same at all. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And, similarly, Insomniac, 21st Century Breakdown, they're seemingly about as separated. But if you like look at what that thing was and what it became and the way that it changed over time, that's what I'm talking about. And I think it's really interesting that that's on Insomniac. Like this is supposed to be the straightforward, we're punk rock motherfuckers doing drugs and fucking up our success kind of deal. And yet like this is sort of like the beginning of like this weird artistry for them. That I just wanted to talk about that a little bit before we wrapped up.
No, that's a really great point. I think that's definitely true. And I mean, you just saying it, I think there is like definitely a shared DNA, at least in Billy's guitar playing, between Panic Song and Last Ride In. Like I feel like the intro is kind of, it's like, oh, I can kind of just do simple things like
mm-hmm.
And yeah, we can do an instrumental if we want. It kind of paves the way for like a longer multi-part song when you get past American Idiot, but also things in Warning where there's cool like instrumental portion. Like it's like, oh, we can do more than just power chords and bass, drums, guitar. Like we can have a more expansive sound. And yeah, I think you're right in saying it does lead to these great experiments that we've come to know and love. Before we wrap up, I wanted to say thank you for continuing to listen. If you are still listening, that is much appreciated. We'll be back next week talking about Stewart in the Avenue, which is fucking crazy. That's a great song. Very excited to talk about that one.
Not to be confused with Stuart Little and the Avenue.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Stuart Little, which of course is Chicken Little's cousin. They are related.
Yeah, yeah. It's,
Stuart Little voiced by
it's beautiful.
Dax Shepard.
Oh, Dax Shepard. That is a real actor. That's not like just some
That
guy.
is. Well, no, I said that because they get him confused with Zach Braff all the time. So I was just joking.
Yes. Yes.
Um, anyways, folks, you can follow us on social media if you would like. On Twitter and Instagram at Green Dudes Pod. You can write us an email with your Green Day story at greendudespod@gmail.com. And yeah, as always, folks, until next time,
Stay
stay
punk.
punk. All right, we fucking did it, man. Good job.